honestly, guys, I'm 34 years old. I had no idea.
Guys, how's it going? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Oh my gosh, I can't even talk. I cannot even talk. I'm so tired after the weekend. I have now just unpacked. I'm just sorting everything out and taking the kids back to school and everything. If I am even slightly thrown out of my routine, that is it. That is it. I just become an absolute mess, but I know that I cannot stay away from YouTube for that long. I always have like just so much to say about everything. So if I look a little bit dazed and confused, it's because I am. And also I kind of feel like I'm coming down with something, so that's all fun. I was honestly spending about 5 minutes just doing this, moving my microphone and everything, going, this doesn't look right, just forgetting what I'm doing, and it's been what, like 4 days since I've recorded. Anyway, we're going to be talking about SACCONEJOLYs today because I went for a period of not really watching their content just because I feel like I absorbed them for so long. I was like, I've got nothing else to say about this, it's just infuriating. And now I have actually been watching their vlogs, seeing what they have been getting up to, and there is so much they've been getting up to. I've made little notes here and there. I have made little notes. You know what? This video, I just want it to be like a full-on little ramble about all the things I've seen them do, hear, say, whatever, and just get it off of my chest. I can't with these two. Their antics, as long as they're not exploiting their kids, their antics are hilarious because they're just Anna and Jonathan. I don't know what else to tell you. If you've been watching them for a long enough time, it's just Anna and Jonathan. It's just what is happening this week in the SACCONEJOLY household. So I'm gonna get into it. The very first thing that I did find proper interesting is Jonathan has ordered boxes.
And then you're like, what the hell am I gonna do? You know, so actually I went onto Amazon. I bought these boxes on Amazon. They were like pretty cheap. And then I just basically put everything in boxes. And I was like, ta-da! Problem solved.
He says that it is because he needs to pack up his clothes upstairs. However, a couple vlogs later, now I can't remember in which order, I'm talking about like the past 5 vlogs, I think. So at the very beginning of last week or whenever it was, he was talking about organising his little man cave upstairs. I think it was in the annex. What's happening is that the boxes are slowly moving over to the other side of the house. Now, I actually did respond to a comment where someone was just like, they're moving, blah, blah, blah. And I said, yeah, I'm pretty sure they are, but I'm not going to give away any bit of information on this channel. Look, kid safety comes first. I've been covering them for a long enough time. Whenever any huge developments happen, I always just get like an instant notification. It's just like from people saying, do you know this? Do you know this? Do you know this? I don't always cover the things, but this thing, I'm just going to say it was a very strong suspicion that they're moving. I'm not going to post any details, any information, because it's not been linked. But what I do find quite funny is that ever since I kind of found out this information, I was like, ooh, they may be moving. I've been saying for months, by the way, you can look at my old videos. I've been saying for months that Jonathan has been leaving subtle little hints that they're moving. I've been saying this for ages. But at the end of the day, their kids' safety comes first. Their safety comes first. Do you know, if they're living in that house, I'm not gonna freaking be an absolute... They're literally packing up the house, just like room by room, but they're just talking about organising their stuff. And I'm like, Jonathan, I'm sorry, but in what way does this look like you're organising the house?
My other storage area. Remember the other day I was showing you upstairs and I was cleaning that up? This is the other basement storage area that we have. Although this is way more organized because Anna's labeled everything and put it all in boxes. Mine, not so much. Not so much. My area here.
This looks like you are packing up the house. This is what it looks like. This is what it looks like. It doesn't look like any like organisation going on over here. It looks like you and Anna have been packing stuff up, which is all well and good. If you don't want to say it, don't say it, whatever. Does it really matter? No. Is it kind of expected that they may move? Yeah, of course it is. But I did find it funny how just every so often you'll just see a room with just like mounds of like cardboard boxes and stuff just everywhere. And I'm just like, tell us the truth, Jonathan. Tell us the truth.
So I'm 34 years old. Just learned yesterday. Summer comes yesterday, and really lovely guy, really nice man, poor man, he was like, oh, there's obviously a blockage, let me see what it is. And then he and Jonathan and I were having like a little joke about like, oh, let's see what the kids have dropped in now. After like a while, he comes down and I was like, oh, so what was it? He was like, so it was ladies' products. I was like, okay. And I was actually genuinely confused because I was like, oh my gosh, like, has Dre been flushing like panty liners or pads or something down the toilet? Like, what is going on? And he was like, yeah, it was like tangled up in the thing. I googled it. Am I the only woman on the planet that did not know this? This is why Matt didn't want me to share it, because he was like, you're going to get cancelled for saying this. Like, I feel like the environmentalists are going to come after you. Honestly, guys, I'm 34 years old. I had no idea. Actual tampon, but not the applicator, or obviously pads. But now that I think of it, a tampon expands in water, like that's what it does. In liquid, that's what it does. That's the whole point.
Second thing that I just thought was absolutely comical was Anna was telling us a story, right? And bearing in mind, Anna has been going on about this broken toilet for quite a long time. I don't know if you guys are like even remember this. This is such a like moot point. But anyway, so Anna's toilet has been broken for a very long time. Apparently her own personal one. And she's only now just come to the realization, and I feel like polling this, like, are you guys aware that you shouldn't be flushing like sanitary products? I feel like, am I living in this cave? Like in the UK, there's literally signs everywhere, like in every single, like hairdressers, public bathrooms, houses. Sometimes people have houses, hotels, pubs, restaurants, cinemas, I don't know, just literally any establishment you can possibly think of, including some people's own houses sometimes. It says, do not flush sanitary products. And their whole comment section was like, I didn't know that. I'm 40 something and I didn't know that. I didn't know that. And it's like, how do you guys not know this? Am I alone? Like right now, and I'm not going to judge you. I'm not going to judge you, and I'm not trying to be all like, oh my gosh, I know everything. I just thought it was like common knowledge, particularly in the UK. And there were people from like other countries being like, yeah, it says it all over our bathrooms here. Does it not say that in the UK? It's like, yeah, literally everywhere. I've never been told not to flush them. I can just read the signs and it says just don't. But her thing was that she thought it meant the applicator that it comes in, which also begs into the next question. Why are people still using applicators, like, you know, the plastic bits? Because they're so bad for the environment. Like, they're so bad for the environment. They say you can recycle parts of it. I don't believe it. I don't believe it whatsoever. All these different kind of products, like, oh yeah, this is like 20% recyclable, blah, blah, blah. It's like, does that mean anything when it's like a bright pink applicator? Is the applicator even necessary with ladies? Like, is it necessary? Do you find these applicators necessary? I don't, but that might just be me. Anna's basically learnt the hard way, and her plumber left the most hilarious notice on her bathroom or whatever. And I don't want this to be like let's all laugh at Anna, blah, 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 because pretty much everyone in their comment section, bar like a few, were saying the same things, that they had no idea. This was like a complete revelation. So maybe I'm in the minority. I don't know. I just couldn't. I was like, wait, what? I thought maybe she made it up just as like a talking point. But if I remember rightly, their toilet has been broken for a little while. Oh my gosh, this is literally like, why do I know this about this random family, about their toilet? I don't need to know this, but I do. The last thing about Anna, the last thing, I swear to God, I'm usually babbling on about Jonathan. It doesn't matter with me today. They have been on social media for like 12 years, 11 years, 100 years. I don't know. They would survive the apocalypse. They have been going for a very long time. But one of the things with them is that Jonathan does like all the TikToks and all the Instagrams and all this kind of stuff. And I have said it again, but I'm going, like, I've already said it before, but I will say it again. I don't understand how Anna has come this far without knowing how to operate, without knowing how to operate any apps like Instagram and TikTok and stuff. The amount of time she's gone like, oh, I just don't know how to do this. It's really, really embarrassing.
I need your help because, well, my phone's dead, so unfortunately you can't help me right this second. Have you combed your hair? Okay. So just look at it and see what you would do, like basically do what you did last time with the Dre's one.
You gotta be brutal. That's the only way to do it.
It's not on Instagram.
Oh, well, you said you were putting it on
TikTok.
Anna vlogs, like, she vlogs nowadays. She never used to vlog nowadays. All she has to do is press a button on the camera and she is away. Okay, she's away, and then she does like try-ons and she does all this kind of stuff. But before she didn't vlog as much. Jonathan did it. Jonathan does all the editing. We know this as well because Anna has pointed it out in her recent vlogs. And number two, we've had it where it suddenly goes to Jonathan where he's saying, oh, I'm just editing the vlog or whatever. She's never really had to do a lot of it, but her Instagram especially, you know, she's now started doing these shorts and reels. I mean, she gets the most amount of her money from Instagram ads. For the fact that she just doesn't know how to operate TikTok or just the Insta reels or whatever is going on. I'm not the most avid TikTok person, but I'm just saying, if that is your whole livelihood and you're making so much money, although they do actually say they don't earn anything from TikTok, but I think that was a complete cover up because they mostly just post about Edie all the time and like her transitioning. And about her transitioning. So that was basically said just to mask it all up. My point is that if you're earning like 6 figures a year, like I don't know how much they're earning, but if they're earning a lot of money, she should know how to do this. Like, I just don't get it. It's people being paid ludicrous amounts for doing the absolute bare minimum. And I will say this, like, don't get me wrong, I think social media, YouTube especially, it boggles my mind to this very day that I can sit here and I can chat about whatever is interesting me. I can just chat about anything and I get a bit of money for it. That does astound me. I mean, like, I'm not saying loads of money, but every single time I get money through from Google, I'm just sat here thinking, like, what, like, how, like, why have I got this? Because it doesn't really feel like work. I'm not gonna lie. I know I'm not vlogging, but I spend a lot of my time reading and looking and, you know, watching content. But the thing is, I try and put a bit of effort into either the editing, or I've got like a really nice mic or the backdrop or something, and I try and make it interesting and try and find different topics. I don't know, like I try. It doesn't always work, but I try. But Anna just doesn't seem to try, and she never really has done. And I think both of them are just going through the motions. Maybe if they are moving, that is partly the reason why they feel like they have to keep on going. Maybe that's a valid reason, and that's kind of what I'm thinking. It's been going on for months. I never ever thought they'd even get this far. So I don't know, maybe that's the reason why. But just Anna playing dumb all the time with not knowing how to work the apps. It's like, Anna, this is your job. I'm pretty sure it says on her Instagram or something like, no, it says like social media it says something, multimedia, I don't know. Please, can we just, like, she needs to do a course. She should do Love Meg's course. You know what, if Love Meg knows how to do some good TikToks, she should. See, Anna might actually be her target audience, so maybe Love Meg should just hire, maybe Anna should hire Love Meg to teach her how to like work some apps or something. I don't know.
I feel like we're getting towards that point where, you know, Amelia is now 10, which means in 3 years, Amelia will be able to have her own platforms and her own voice, and she'll be able to sort of like continue on, you know, the story if she wants to. Edie is only 4 years away from having her own social media.
The last little bit, I swear this video is so up and down, but Jonathan, I think it was in the latest video, he was saying how there was little comments he was making about his kids having social media accounts, and them saying, oh, in the next 3 years, their eldest is going to get a social media account, and then Edie will then get a social media account, you know, and kind of making it out like, oh, when this time comes, they'll be getting that. And I don't know, they probably desperately want social media accounts. I mean, most kids do. Most kids want TikTok and stuff. Like, I do get that. But I don't agree with it, especially those kids as well, because those kids have been plastered all over the internet, which begs me to my next point. Jonathan was saying how he doesn't want to like throw shade at the people that do, i.e., you know, like LeBrance and Ace Fam or whoever the hell does child accounts, which is just, there's just too many channels to mention. I cannot stand child accounts or baby accounts, like Instagram accounts for your children. I'm just like, what? Why? This is not necessary. However, he was saying, oh, we never did that.
I know a lot of influencers are, you know, no shade, like, you know, but I know a lot of people when their kids were born and set up Instagram accounts for them or Twitter accounts or whatever. And I remember when our kids were born and people were saying like, oh, you gotta get the @handles. You know, I was thinking like, what would I give my child like a platform, you know? Which is kind of ironic because the thing that I would have given Amelia when she was born, right, would have been a Twitter account, right? Like an @Amelia Thomasina or @Amelia SACCONEJOLY or whatever on Twitter, right?
There's a slight, I mean, they didn't do that. The amount of fan accounts for their little kids is absolutely mind-boggling. Well, there used to be quite a lot. If you go onto Instagram and just type in like SACCONEJOLYs or whatever, quite like, especially their eldest two when they were like peak popularity, they'll pop up and there's loads of fan accounts and stuff. I don't think they're operating anymore, but to say that, oh, we never like put our little kids on, like, I don't know, like, yeah, maybe they didn't, but they could have had those fan accounts like removed or whatnot. But you know, their kids been online for bloody ages, and to just say that, it's like, well, you may not have directly have made an account for them, but other people were, and they were, I mean, they were videoed from the moment they were born. Anyway, that's all I got about SACCONEJOLYs. Just some bits I just wanted to chat about. It's very like, I'm gonna say the word chill. I don't know. It's very just like, it's simmering, this video. It's simmering. It's just some little bits that I just needed to chat about. My little girl was she's like pretending to be on the phone, and she just walked in and she was just like, shh. I was like, excuse you. I can't. If you've heard any noise, like the windows open and everything, I'm a mess. What can I say? Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful day wherever you are in this world. Take care of each other, take care of yourselves, and I'll catch up with you guys in the next video.